Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well, labouring this word and doctrine, peace to the elect throughout the four corners, scattered. So, does Chuck Smith got the oil? Does Chuck Smith have the oil? So we're in Blue Letter Bible. We're on the commentary section for Matthew. I'd actually gone through it by going Matthew 11 and 14 and clicked the commentaries on that bit. And Chuck Smith, C2000 series on Matthew chapter 10 through 11. And he talks about the 17th chapter. I've not seen what he's got to say on that. But does Chuck Smith have the oil? Just wanted to read through this, maybe comments here and there. Well, really, it will just be a reading through for the most part. Not got any scriptures planned, but we'll see how it goes anyway. So it's Matthew 11, verse 12 through 15. Not sure what version this is, but it's quite similar to the KJ. I think the only difference, if you are able to receive it rather than if you will receive it. And instead of Elias, it's Elijah. So Matthew 11, verse 12 through 15, and the violent take it by force. For all the prophets and the law prophesied until John, until Yachanan. And if you are able to receive it, this is Elijah, which was to come. He that hath ears to hear, let him hear. It says, now in an interesting way, according to Jesus, or according to who we know as Yahushua, John the Baptist was Elijah. And this does bring up some confusion. And when we get to the 17th chapter, we will look at this again in a little more detail. When Zechariah the priest was fulfilling his ministry in the temple, the angel Gabriel came to him and told him that his wife Elizabeth, who had been barren, was in her old age, going to bear a son, and he was to call his name John. And the angel told him he should go forth in the spirit and power of Elijah to turn the hearts of the children unto their fathers. That's Luke 1 and 17. Says he quotes his prophecy that Yahushua quoted concerning the forerunner of the Messiah, of Hamashiach. And basically, the Lord was saying John the Baptist was going to be the forerunner of the Messiah, coming in the spirit and in the power of Elijah. When, in the Gospel of John, John the Baptist began his ministry, they came out to him and began to challenge him concerning his authority. And they said unto him, who are you? And they asked him point blank, are you Elijah? And John answered, no. Then they said, who are you? He said, the voice of one crying in the wilderness, prepare ye the way of the Lord, make straight his paths. Matthew 3 and 3. Quoting another passage of scripture concerning the forerunner. If I'm not mistaken, that's Isaiah the 40th chapter. But again, check that out. Look that up. It says, now the reason for the ambiguity here is the fact that before Yahushua comes again and establishes his visible physical kingdom upon the earth, Elijah will be coming, of which John the Baptist was a type, for he came in the spirit and in the power. So even as there were two aspects of the coming of Yahushua Mashiach, the first to be crucified, suffering violence, the second to reign as King of Kings and Lord of Lords, so there are two aspects of the forerunner Elijah. So John the Baptist came to fulfill the first coming in the spirit and power of Elijah. But Elijah himself will actually come before Yahushua returns again. Elijah will prophesy before the Lord to the Jewish people, not to the world, but to the Jewish people, to turn the hearts of the children to the fathers, that is, to bring the Jewish people back unto the faith of the patriarchs in God the Father. He said Elijah will come back. He's saying, this is Chuck Smith, he's saying Elijah will come back. He's basically saying John the Baptist, he's kind of saying it wasn't Elijah. Because he's saying John the Baptist came to fulfill the first coming in the spirit and power, but Elijah himself will actually come before Yahushua returns again. Obviously, Hamashiach, Yahushua said this is Elijah, so we believe that. But listen to this, he's basically saying to the Israelites, when he says Jewish people or the Jews, the Israelites, it says, Elijah will prophesy before the Lord to the Jewish people, not to the world, but to the Jewish people, to turn the hearts of the children to their fathers, that is, to bring back, to bring the Jewish people back unto the faith of the patriarchs in God the Father. It says, in Revelation 11:2, I am convinced that one of those witnesses in Jerusalem will indeed be John the Baptist, for he has the power to shut up heaven, that it not rain in the time of his ministry, even as Elijah prayed, and it rained not. And he has power to call down fire on his enemies to consume them, even as Elijah called down fire upon the captain with the 50s who came out from the king to take him in. So Elijah coming before the Lord. The next paragraph is, because I believe that the coming of the Lord is so near, I do believe that somewhere in the earth today, Elijah probably is alive and living, because I believe that we are that near the coming of the Lord. I don't think that anybody knows who he is or where he is. He may know himself, but I am not looking for him. I am looking for the Lord to come for me. I think that it's easy for us to get our eyes off the main attraction and start looking for little side events. Oh, who is the Antichrist? I wonder if this one could be the Antichrist. Oh, he said a lot of things I don't agree with, of course. Just to put that out there. He says, well, let's look for the main event, Yahushua Mashiach, or as he says, Jesus Christ. Because he's not looking for Yahushua, really. He is looking for Caesar Borgia as Jesus Christ. It says, so Jesus is saying, hey, this is tough to take. He that hath ears to hear, let him hear. I mean, if you can take it, if you can handle it, if you will receive it, this is he. This is Elijah, if you can receive it. If you can't receive it, then take it however you want, but he that hath ears to hear, let him hear. So in a sense, it was Elijah, coming in the spirit and power as a forerunner of the Messiah, but not the total fulfillment of that promise in Malachi. And what's he referring to in Malachi? I think that's the 4th chapter. Or should I say, I know that's the 4th chapter. There you are, Malachi chapter 4, verse 5. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. So obviously, well, I'll just leave it there. A short one, a little commentary. Does Chuck Smith have the oil? Giving all praise to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai.